today we're going to have some fun. We're going to be talking about the men that you do and that you do not want based upon the descriptions in the tarot.
Yeah. So a lot of times when you go get a reading or you have a reading with us, we'll pull out a description of a gentleman that that'll come into your life or someone that you need to get rid of. And they're represented by a gentleman in the tarot. So whether it be a page, a knight, or a king, these are often descriptors of the type of men that you'll find out there in the world. So we're going to talk to you guys today to give you a little bit of insight of when these cards come up, what to expect in that gentleman.
So I'm going to start with the sword, Page of Swords. And it's important to note that pages can be male or female, but in this case we're talking about males. Pages are the immature mindset. If they're an adult, they're basically a man-child. So upright, the Page of Swords is, he can sometimes be more innocent in mindset or even kind of oblivious, but he's also not good with communication. He withholds things out of a sense of insecurity.
Yeah.
Reversed, definitely a man-child. Can't communicate, communication problems, can't think for himself. Is very insecure about he's the guy who asks everybody else for their opinion
before making a decision.
before making a decision for himself. To the Knight of Swords, this is somebody who is pretty clear about their goals and what they want and goes after them. As soon as they have the thought, they're taking action towards it.
A little impulsive.
Impulsive, yeah, sometimes. It's good, but at the same time, if it's a romantic connection, you can expect to be not the first priority in terms of his goals or his career. Reverse, definitely somebody impulsive, but not for the positive sense. They react out of assumption often, and flighty, very, very flighty.
Yeah.
King of Swords, this is somebody who has his mindset together.
Yes, now we're there.
He can communicate well. He's blunt.
Yeah.
He's not the most flowery in talking, or maybe not even the most romantic.
Yeah, or sentimental, right?
Yeah, but he will tell you the truth. He is honest, and he's clear about his intentions. Now, reversed, he is a manipulator in terms of messing with your mind. He can flip a conversation to make it your fault. So, this one is some of those positive qualities in terms of being blunt and honest. Just think of it in terms of a more hurtful nature. The kind that cuts. So that's the King of Swords reversed.
Yeah. And so moving on to the cups is about emotions. And someone with the Page of Cups as their descriptor is someone who's still trying to figure out how to express their emotions. They're still growing, and how does this heart work? How do I express these feelings, that I have? But he can be very, just emotionally charged and like this, oh, that's so cute. You left me a little love note. But he didn't really think it through because maybe he left that love note for other women too, because he's just trying to be a romantic. Yeah, because he just loves women in general. So I would wait for this type of energy to mature a bit, because while he's someone you can, have great conversation with and everything, bonding for the future could be a little bit like he's watery. He's hard to pin down, because it's like, where does his interest lie? And then also he can be in the reverse position, rather, emotionally manipulative and still really also emotionally blocked, when it comes to the cups energy. So I would not encourage someone who is ready for a committed long-term relationship to wait for a man who is at the Page of Cups level. Knight of Cups is a little bit better, so he thinks things through emotionally. I feel like he's very generous with his thoughts about how he feels, where, the swords energy, he may think it but not say it. This one, you may feel those emotions flow forward, and he likes the romance. He likes that little like Romeo vibe, but it's more maturity behind it, where the Page is still like, oh, I just want to be loved. Like this one is more focused intention. But in the reverse, of course, he knows how to say the things to get what he wants. He knows how to play with your emotions. So instead of it being like a mind game, as in the sword energy, it's more of this I know what makes you cry, or I know what makes you want me more, and like kind of playing with those emotions like a game. So you'll find a lot of men, especially, like early 20s to 30s, like kind of in this space, if they haven't really had a good emotional example, from a man growing up, find those emotions kind of blocked. But the King of Cups is someone that is really like my favorite kind of guy because
Mine
he
too.
is because he's romantic, he's charming, but he says what he means and he's thought it through and he knows how to be emotionally like respectful to you and your needs and your desires, and you have a safe space in pouring out like, I had a rough day, like I don't know what to do about this problem. He'll sit there and really try to go with your emotions and figure out, you know, be empathetic, how you feel, how the other parties involved may feel, solutions from a very emotional space, not just logical, which is a beautiful combination in a man because, you know, honestly, they can tend to be very logical, very analytical. So this is a balance, you know, within that masculine. It gives them a little bit of more that divine energy, the divine feminine energy that you can appreciate. But in reverse, this man could throw fits. If he does not get his way, the type of rage will be very moody. Have you ever seen a Scorpio scorned? Like, you don't want to be there for that. They can be vengeful and, you know, just super controlling. Yeah. So you don't want to get involved with someone like that because you'll find yourself in, you know, sometimes emotionally abusive relationships. Yeah. Okay? So that's the cup energy when it comes to these.
So let's move to the pentacles, starting with the page. So this is somebody, again, pages are still in the maturity process, very young in mindset, but this is somebody he might be in school, he might be studying some new projects or career opportunity. He's got some big ideas on like how to make money, but he may not have a lot of money yet. He's just in the beginnings of it, but he does have genuine intentions in starting that. But also in terms of romance, he does want something real, but he's not sure about the path of how to obtain it. Like, he wants to build friendship first. Yeah. Because the idea of moving too quick does frighten him. So this is somebody who you definitely want to allow the space and time to develop a friendship and trust first. You know, he can be loyal sometimes to a fault as well. Reverse, this is definitely a broke man. You know, just saying.
It's pouring out of his pockets, literally, reverse.
He's gonna drop his coin.
Yeah.
And also, he does a lot of talking in terms of ideas he has on how to better himself, but he never takes action on it. Yeah. Like, it's always just talk, no action, nothing real, nothing stable happening. Yeah. The Knight, he is a step up. You know, he's making slow progress. This horse is not really, it doesn't appear to be moving. So it's very slow progress. It is progress. But in terms of, especially with opening up in emotions, oh, he's a turtle. He's really slow. Because again, substance is important to him. Everything has to make sense in a logical way for him. Yeah. So he's a slow mover. Reversed, it's not going anywhere. It's a standstill. So if you want something and you're ready, you know, this is not the guy. No. It's not going anywhere.
Because it's just other priorities too. Like, work could be a priority. Everything's a priority before, like, romance for that reverse.
Okay, King, Mr. King. This man is going to make you feel secure. And his love language is gifts. His love language is acts of service. I like it. Yes, he's a provider for sure. Again, he's grounded. So he's rooted. He's not emotionally expressive as much as like the cups. And sometimes he may even stumble over his words. But again, he also is he will show you in ways of doing things for you. He wants to show you that he's going to take care of you when you're safe. Yeah. He's very smart. And again, very business minded. So again, if you are not cool with somebody putting their business first most of the time, you know, you just got to know the King of Pentacles. Money is important to him. It's part of his self-worth. Reversed, you know, you can expect to be at the end of his priority list. But also, in dating, he is the guy who often views anything other than his work as a distraction. Yeah. So if you're wanting to spend more time with this man, you know, he will be shut down, he will be shut off, because in his mindset, all he sees is money. That's what's important to him. And he doesn't do well with balancing and making time for the other people in his life. Yeah. So, you know, if you are easily hurt by somebody who's not constantly talking to you or returning your text or spending time with you, and you know, that guy, like, I'm gonna give an example of a doctor who's like on call all the time. You know, you might have plans to have a romantic date night or something, or spend time with the family. He gets called into work. he's got to go.
Yeah, he
That's
needs a
the-
woman who's understanding.
Yeah.
Going towards the Page of Wands, we're not in the suit of Wands, and Wands is about passion and creativity and just like that energy, you know, that energetic kind of gentleman. So the Page is someone who is very like, it kind of reminds me of the Page of Pentacles and like big ideas, excitement around those ideas, and you know, enthusiasm. He walks into a room and like, oh, that's so cute. But then when you are thinking about someone you want to settle down with, he's too like up here and flighty and like just wants to have fun, wants to be like the life of the party, wants to have a passionate date with you.
Yeah. This
This may be like a one night stand kind of gentleman too, but I would just enjoy him for the fun and let the bond build over time, because I feel like his energy won't settle down until he's had a pick of them all, and then he's like, okay, like I like you the most. Reverse, he's just like not really trustworthy because he's going about his pick of them all in a very self-involved way, where he's dating everyone just to get his fix, and it's not really about the other person's intentions. So reverse, I would really suggest this is just for fun. This gentleman is a good time. That is
He's
it.
also insecure.
Yeah. Well, yeah, most of these pages in reverse are coming from some level of insecurity. And I would just feel with the Page of Wands in reverse that it's so scattered too. Like their thoughts are scattered, their intentions are scattered. So it's nothing solid to be.
Yeah. He's that guy talking to everybody on social media just for attention.
Yeah.
Liking all the pictures.
Yeah, to try to get like the pick of, you know, the best, like for his ego, for him. And then you have the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is someone who's charismatic. He's charming. You know, again, you notice him when you walk in the room. He's a person who's very easy to get along with, very sociable. And this guy, he's still growing, though. He doesn't really know about being consistent necessarily, because he is impulsive. He's excited. So he may date you, and then have that tendency to kind of disappear. In reverse, that ghosting will be kind of like very selfish. But I feel in upright, it's not even intentional. It's this his attention goes to something else, and he's excited about that something else. So again, this is like short-term dating, just having fun, and then growing with him over time, building that friendship over time. But him in reverse, it's like he's dating multiple people. He's not faithful. You know, he's definitely promiscuous in his tendencies. So just, you know, if you're not looking for that, don't be mad at the energy that's picked, you know, in the tarot spread. Just understand it so you can look for the king. So the King of Wands is also someone who is very charming, very excited, but he knows how to ground his energy. He knows there's a time and a place for, you know, certain excitements, and he knows how to be charming but still kind of, you know, like mysterious. There's something about him that's very alluring.
It's very sexy.
Yeah, but he can be very faithful. This King of Wands is excited, and he knows about how to be a partier, but then at the same time, he knows where his, you know, his home is, his home base is. Him in reverse has been married multiple times, you know, dating multiple people. He's just out here being sexy and amazing, but not amazing to one individual. Or he's also just commitment phobic. He doesn't want to be centered on just one, because it's like, I'm missing out on all these other things, and life is so exciting. I have to have it all. So I wouldn't advise a King of Wands in reverse, because they're very ego-centered about the look. The superficial things mean a lot to the King of Wands in reverse, and that's not what we really want if you're talking about building something, you know, long term.
He reminds me of the guy on Coco, the Disney movie, where he's like, the love of the world.
Yeah, that's what matters. Or someone who like gets all of their attention from social media and just like lives in that world of like all this attention, and yeah, you're king in that world, but that's a superficial world. It doesn't really matter, you know. Yeah.
We'll be talking about the women for the fellas or other women too.
Exactly.
Soon.
Yeah, so but we just wanted to give you guys insight, because in these readings, when you see these cards, especially, you know, you're not in the profession, you're just kind of curious, like, what does that guy mean? What does that mean?
Yeah.
So now you know how to, if you want to do a manifesting ceremony, what cards to lay out, what energy to call in very specifically. So, you know, if you're more emotional, you want that kind of connection, or if you're like, I work a lot too, you know, I have my own business, I need a man who's going to be busy too, so he's not up my butt, you know. Like you know this now, so you can use this knowledge for the future in a very empowering way.
Yes, y'all.
All right, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Bye, Vibers.